Hey loves! So I'm back with another foundation sort of first impression review demo. It's not really a first impression because I've gotten to play with it a little bit, but I'll still demo it. I'll still check in every so often, tell you guys how it's doing. One of my really sweet friends here on YouTube, Ellen, asked about this guy, and it really worked out great because it was a foundation I actually picked up from my mom 2 weeks ago, and she's been loving it. Like I told Ellen, she came home one day at the end of the day, I'm like, wow, like your skin is glowing. I can't believe we had to buy you foundation. Like, look, you don't need it. She's like, no, I'm totally wearing the foundation. This was like at 8 p.m. after she'd been at the office all day and out running errands. Like, it's just a very beautiful, very natural finish to the skin. I will demo it here for you guys. I'll check in and show you how it's doing. And yeah, we'll do that. So I did some price checking. So it's $61 in the US and $65 here in Canada. So it is on the pricier side. But I feel like if you are going to pick one thing to splurge on in terms of makeup, I would do foundation. Like, having a really nice, beautiful base and something you're going to wear most days is worth the investment. Other things, like you can get away with having 1 or 2 foundations in your kit at any time. And so if you really spend the money on a good product that's not going to break you out, that's going to give you a lovely finish, it really is worth the investment. Let's show you the bottle before I put it on. So it comes in this beautiful black, I don't know if it's going to catch it off the glare, black box. And so it's the Guerlain Lingerie de Peau foundation. And then in a lovely glass jar. I like foundations that come in glass jars because, oh, you got the back. Because I find that they keep better. So that's the bottle. The shade that we got her was number 12 Rose Clair. So I'm not exactly sure how it's going to wear on me. We'll make it work. Don't worry about it. But go color match. They have a decent selection of colors. And because it's, I would say, like a medium to light coverage, you can sort of blend it in well, warm it up with, bronzer or what have you. So in terms of color selection and all that kind of good stuff, it should work well. So oh my gosh, she puts it on without any primer and without setting it, so that's how I'm going to wear it today, just to show you guys sort of unaltered how it wears. And then I'll put it on with my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush, and yeah, we should be good to go. My skin's doing okay today. I've got some stress-related reactions happening on the side of my face, so I might cover them up with some concealer because it's not a full coverage, but we'll see how it plays out, and yeah, let's just get started. So it's got a cool little pump on top, and the way I like to apply foundation is I'll put it on the back of my hand, maybe pump it in half, and then I'll dab it on my face. It has a very, very light, like, fragranced smell, like a perfumey smell, which I don't love, I have to say, because it does smell like, you know, that very, like, traditional perfume type of smell, which is not my favorite to begin with. So I'm not a huge fan of the smell, but we'll see if it wears off, which I think it will. And in terms of color, I actually am probably, I think you guys know this, but I like my foundations a little bit darker. Like my Chanel Vitalumiere is in a 30, and it's got a bit of a brownie or beigey undertone, which I really like. This guy seems to be matching me pretty well, which might make me feel like it's a little too pale, but again, we can always warm it up, right? It's blending really, really nicely. And you guys, I am sorry if the light is off. I'm trying to figure this setup and my camera, which is, I swear, on a spree to drive me crazy. Just randomly shuts off, goes out of focus. Like, thank you, camera. Really appreciate that. You guys, this is blending really, excuse me, really, really nicely. And yeah, I'm really, really enjoying it. I think I told you in some of my other, in my foundation routine maybe video, that I haven't tried the Beauty Blender. I'm not against trying it. I'm worried I'll try it and love it. If you guys have tried it, or if you've tried other foundation brushes you really like, let me know. I'm willing to try anything out for you guys, or to try out any of your good tried and true recommendations. Yeah, just share those down in the comment section with me, please. Okay, so I'm really liking it. Obviously, like, you can see, like, this problem area I had here, it's not gone. It's nicely covered though. I don't know. I might leave it without concealer actually for now, just to get a feel of what this foundation wears like. So let's see what time it is. It is 12:12 right now. I am going to do the rest of my makeup and check in with you, and then probably go run a couple errands, go outside a little bit, and then hopefully I'll do a second check-in for sure after I've done all that, and we'll see if we get to a third check-in depending on how the day goes. But I can't smell that smell that was bugging me a little bit earlier. I do really like the finish, I like the way it went on, so far I really don't have anything bad to say about it. But yeah, so you guys have seen sort of how it goes on, what it looks like initially. I'm gonna go finish my makeup, do a couple things, and I will come back and check in with you guys. Okay, bye. Okay, so we are back for a second check-in. It is 1:15. So I just finished doing some makeup, had a little bit of lunch, tried to change my lipstick, but it's driving me crazy. Just don't feel like the lines are right. Anyways, in terms of the foundation, I'm still loving it. I think you can still sort of tell it has a really, really nice finish to it. All I did was added some concealer under my eyes, but nothing sort of in this area where I had some of those issues. I haven't powdered it. It has been an hour, but I have been moving and what have you, and eating lunch and all that kind of stuff. But it still looks really, really pretty. It's not bugging me. Let's bring you guys in closer. So yeah, you can tell it's still giving me a really nice finish. Like, if I get really close to the mirror, I can tell that there are some pores here that I can see, but those I can usually always see unless I have some Porefessional or something on them. But I'm thinking that it looks pretty good. I really like it. It's a nice soft finish. But yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I will check back in with you guys one more time, hopefully. I've got a couple things to do and actually leave the house and what have you. So hopefully maybe in another hour or two I'll check back in and give you my final thoughts. But honestly, I think my final thoughts are going to be that I still love it. I'll just maybe show it to you one more time and we'll do our 3 points of positivity. Okay, so until then, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Bye. Hey, welcome back, loves. So this is going to be my last check-in of the day. It is right now 2:13 p.m. My background, by the way, I found on Instagram the other day. It's like this beautiful picture of a girl painting, and it says, "Take time to do what makes your soul happy," which it was just, I found like the perfect little quote ever. So I'm loving having that on my phone. Anyways, that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about foundation. I am gonna make this my last check-in because I'm not really testing this foundation out for longevity. My mom, like I said, has been wearing it for 2 weeks and I know that it's long wearing. I was just trying to test it out to see how it wears throughout the day. Does it oxidize in the sun? If I'm sweating through it throughout the day, how is that translating? What kind of oils are seeping out and all that kind of stuff. So I guess for the record, I usually have normal to sometimes combination skin. So my skin gets a little bit, my definition of normal is that it's with moisturizer on my face, it's good, not oily, not dry, but I do get some oil sort of in my T-zone and on my chin area. Thus the reason for all these lovely breakouts. So that's the skin type I have. In terms of color, because I told you I use the 12 in this guy, I'm between an NC and an NW20 in MAC. I'm a 30 in the Chanel Vitalumiere, and I think a 3.0 in the Naked, Urban Decay Naked Foundations, and a Deauville in the NARS Sheer Glow. Just sort of for reference in case you guys wanted to know. You can always go into Sephora and get a sample. I'm pretty sure Sephora carries this guy in some of their stores. If not, some of the counters should be willing to give you a sample to try it out. My final thoughts though, let me give you that, is I give this guy really 2 huge thumbs up. The only negative thing I can say about it is the price tag. At almost $70, just over $60 in the US, just almost $70 in Canada, just over $60 in the US. It is pretty pricey, but again, foundation was one of those things that you're not going to have theoretically too many of, and it really does give a beautiful base to the rest of your foundation, to the rest of your face. We're going to get through this. Okay, one video, just one video where I'm not a rambling psychopath. That'd be great. Anyways, so like you can see right here where I had some little breakouts, shall we call them? I didn't put any concealer on it, and they're starting to show up a little bit. I also didn't set it, but for the fact that I didn't set it, I didn't use any concealer, I'm pretty surprised that it's still covered as much as it has. I really like, so I'm getting some oil right on my nose. Let's see if I can bring you guys in. I love bringing you in, showing you all the imperfections. I want to be honest. I want to be truthful, right? So right on my nose, there is a little bit of oil, but I'm actually liking the way it's giving it almost like a porcelain type of finish. Usually when I get oily, I get really like shiny and I hate it. I need to blot right away. And I'm not super oily, but I'm loving the way it's doing that. And even sort of the pores that I'd seen here that had bugged me a little bit, they're not really that bad. I am really, really impressed. I'm almost scared to say, like, nobody tell my Chanel Vitalumiere that I think this might have bumped it out of Holy Grail status, because this guy is amazing. Like, I just, even it being my exact shade, like it's not as sand colored as my Chanel one, I really like it. And I don't have any additional bronzer. Like, I have a little bit of Laguna as a contour, but no additional bronzer. You guys, I really, really like it. I would highly, highly recommend it. Yeah. I'm not going to rush out and buy it because I am trying to be good and not carry like a bunch of different foundations, so I'll wait till I run out of my Chanel one. But I think this might be what I go reach for next because it's gorgeous. I really love it. Let me know if you guys have tried it out, if you love it, if you have any other foundations that you want me to try out or that work for you really well, that you would recommend. And if you have any other questions, I think I've said what I can think of that should be said, but if you have any additional questions, please leave those down below. Don't forget to thumbs up, please. It really does brighten my day. Leave me little notes below. And let me leave you with the 3 things that I'm thankful for today. So the first has definitely got to be this weather that is giving me perspective on what good weather is. We've had minus 20 degrees Celsius weather basically all week. And for those of you that operate in Fahrenheit, that's like -4 Fahrenheit. Like, it's very, very cold. Like, I get in my car and I can still see my breath. And I have been freezing. And then yesterday it went up to -8, which is 4 degrees Fahrenheit. And all of a sudden I'm like, oh, it's the sauna. Look at this. Look at how great it is. So having perspective on what cold is, that's been a nice little thing that's made me feel some kind of happiness and positivity during this week. The second thing that I am thankful for is getting lost in a really great book. I'm still reading that same series. I'm on the 2nd book, trying to get through it before the end of the month. And I don't know if any of you guys get like this with books, but when you read and you just like completely get lost, like you forget where you are, you get so into it, everything that was on your mind, that was stressing you out, that like everything is gone. You're just in there with the characters. So I had a couple afternoons like that after work this week, and it was just such a lovely experience for sure. And then the third thing that I'm thankful for is being inspired to create some fun makeup looks. So what you see going on my eyes, which isn't exactly perfect or where I want it to be, but it's me playing with a Valentine's Day look for later on this week. I'm hoping to get one up for Thursday, so it'll go on right before Thanksgiving. It'll go on right before Valentine's Day. It'll be my take on a Valentine's Day look, which might not be everyone's cup of tea, but I've really had a really fun time. Had a very fun time this week watching YouTube videos, reading the new Pixie Woo magazine, 2 magazine. I don't know if any of you guys read it, but if you don't, I'll try to find a link to how to download it below. Pixie Woo are two amazing makeup artists. They have a channel here on YouTube, but they also have a monthly magazine that comes out, and they just publish some really, really pretty editorial photos as well as a bunch of other articles. So going through that, going on Instagram, just being inspired to really play with color and play around with my makeup, that's something that's left me feeling really happy and positive and thankful that that's something that's in my life now. Let me know what you guys are thankful for, what's making you guys happy. As always, don't forget to have an amazing day, and let me just remind you that life is too short to wear boring lipstick. Bye guys!